Alright guys, it's Alpha Heavy Gamer back again with another video. So I kind of wanted to talk about rank 8 premium jets. So with the entry of the F-20 Tiger Shark, I know some people were a bit salty about the F-20, the way Gaijin introduced it. It kind of should have been in the tech tree instead of a premium, but here we are. So with that bombshell, I want to really speculate on what the other nations could get as a rank 8 premium, and maybe talk about the criteria for premiums a little bit. Gaijin seems a little loose on what their criteria are for what should be a premium, but at least for this video, my rules of engagement are the premiums that I pick kind of leave the door open for more advanced weaponry. Not all of these aircraft are going to be Fox 3 capable. And you know, the aircraft should be unique and really wouldn't fit in the tech tree. So, you know, kind of like a like one-off kind of thing. Rough parity with the other nations, but there's not going to be any equals here, guys. The aircraft is going to be able to grind, right? You're going to be able to grind with it, but are you going to have equality across the tech trees? I don't think so. And for some of these, I don't think they'll arrive at the same time. Like, for example, we got the F-20, but no other nations really have anything. I think Gaijin is going to just slot these in as they go, depending on what they introduce to the main tree. I know the elephant in the room is the $75 price tag for the F-20, but that's a whole nother video. But the F-20 is kind of setting the bar here. It's a good blend of air-to-air and air-to-ground capabilities. I think this jet is going to be great for grinding. So for the next nation, Germany, this one is really tough. I know there's a Tornado IDS event plane that sits at rank 8, but you know, that's an event jet. We're talking premiums here. SMIN 1080p did deny Dutch aircraft would be in the German tree, so maybe I'm thinking a Swiss F5E for Germany, even a Tornado ECR. Like I said, not ideal, and a lot of people are going to hate these suggestions, but this is reality. The F4F ICE, I think, should be reserved for the main tech tree because Germany's going to have a really long gap waiting for the Eurofighter. So there's really not a whole lot that could go in the German tech tree as a rank 8 premium. So conversely, talking about Russia now, they have a lot to pick from for possible rank 8 premiums. I personally went with the MiG-29K. Now that is a carrier capable version of the MiG-29. It has uprated engines, it weighs a little more, it has a reinforced fuselage, you know, for carrier operations. And you know, its payload is a little bit more, and it is a visibly different looking aircraft. It kind of looks like a two-seater version, except for it's just a single pilot aircraft with extra space behind the pilot, I think for avionics and maybe additional fuel. You guys can check me on that. But it is also capable of the carrying the R-77, so Fox 3s. I'll leave it up to Gaijin though on what they want to implement. But outside of the prototypes that Russia produced, this was not actually adopted by the Russian Navy. Instead, the Indian Navy adopted this aircraft, and I believe they operate about 12 or so. So next up is the UK, and my pick for them is the Atlas Cheetah if we're going to continue with the South African theme. So this aircraft was based off the Mirage 5, and it was really a holdover until the Gripens arrived for the South African Air Force. So the Atlas Cheetah is very well upgraded, you know, new radar, helmet mounted sight, can use the R Darter and the A Darter missile. The Cheetah C is pretty formidable in the air-to-ground arena as well, can carry multiple types of precision guided munitions. Alright, so next up is Japan, and I'm not gonna lie, it's just like Germany, it's hard to look for a potential rank 8 premium for Japan. The best thing I could come up with was the XF2A, which is of course a prototype to the F2. Now that might be a little off-putting to most, but you know, what are we gonna do if Gaijin isn't going to put sub-trees in Japan? You know, either they're gonna get nothing or we can pick this. So next up is China, and for China I went with the Su-27SK, so let me explain this. So China was the first export customer for the flanker. They purchased 36 of these. I think it would be a good premium grinder, and this is why. So after the initial Su-27s, of course China started license building their own flankers known as the J-11. So we have many J-11s ahead of us if Gaijin is going to go in chronological order. So we have the J-11A, the J-11B, the J-11BS, the J-11BG, the J-11D, and there are naval versions for almost all of these. So yeah, the Su-27SK could be an event jet or it could be a premium. I think nothing's lost, and it fits the criteria to make it a premium jet. Alright, so up next is Italy, and despite the amount of attention it's gotten, I still think it's a little difficult to pick a good rank 8 premium jet for Italy. Nevertheless, I went with the AMX A1M. Now that is a Brazilian Air Force upgrade of the A1. It features a lot of advanced avionics like a new radar warning receiver. It has advanced targeting and acquisition systems. It can also carry some pretty advanced Fox 2. So probably the most advanced version of the A1 out there. But you know, Italy is a little bit in the same boat as Germany, as there's a large gap in capability until the Eurofighter arrives. Now France is a little easier to choose a rank 8 premium. I know they just got the Mirage 2000 S4 event jet, but as far as premiums, I went with the Mirage F1 MF2000, which is a Moroccan Air Force upgrade of that jet, which features a new radar. I believe the same radar that is in the Mirage 2000-5 is also Mica capable, so Mica EM and Mica IR, and you also get some pretty good air-to-ground choices with precision guided munitions. Alright, so next up here is Sweden, and I went with the JAS 39 Gripen 39-1 prototype, which, you know, Sweden's a little bit hard to source a rank 8 premium here. Maybe the timeline with this one would be a little bit different, and their premium would come after the Gripen C comes out. So it's one of those things where the time isn't really going to match up, but this is the best I could find for Sweden. So the last up here is Israel, and for Israel, I went with the F5M, which is a advanced version of the F5, again in the Brazilian Air Force. Now, this one is capable of firing the Derby missile, and also could carry a Python 4 and 5 infrared guided missiles. So maybe this one's a little bit on par with the F-20 Tiger Shark, maybe even a little bit better, but we'll see. And if it isn't evident already, the reason why I put this in the Israeli tree is because this jet was developed in conjunction with Israel's Elbit systems, so it features a lot of Israeli developed technology. And like I said, this F5M is looked at as probably the most modern and advanced version of the F5 in the world. Alright guys, so that's the end of the video here, and let me know what you guys think about the aircraft choices I picked, and maybe what Gaijin should do about rank 8 jets for other nations overall. I think, you know, they're gonna have to, if they've started with the F-20, they're gonna have to fill out all the other nations as much as possible. Like I said, it's just not gonna be equal. There's not gonna be, you know, some standard where everything is gonna be as good as the F-20 or as good as the MiG-29K if they went with that. It is just going to be, you know, nations get what nations get because of the reality of the world. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. I will see you in the next one.